So guys, I'll show you some Samsung S series lineup. ठीक है इधर रहनी एक बार सही सभी and since I don't review the phones, so I'm not expert in these things anyway, but I'm looking forward to review some phones and like a lot phone la kinya ko like budget phones kan flagship phones kan iton all of ini na banaw ko yun. I'm just planning for that. So let's see. Anyway, ini mo abnan ke phone dekawo to ini par say sabi de. And all these phones are for sale, okay? And I will keep on saying this is for sale, this is for sale. I'll keep on saying again and again. To right ni palro honi lo yuka ni. We have some we have some Samsung S series flagship lineup, and we also don't have some models, some S series, like we don't have S10, we don't have S9 plus, we don't have S8 plus, we don't have S7 plus, and we don't have S21, we don't have S23 ultra. Yeah, we have there are some models are missing here, but now we have S6. This is S6H, and we have S7, we have S8, we have S9, S10 plus, and S10 plus, S20 5G, S21 plus, S21 ultra, S22 ultra, and this is S22. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. We have 10 collection, and there are some models which are missing, but I'll try to bring up all those in another dedicated video. So let's start with this one. So back in 2015, that was in March, Samsung launched 3 phones like in the premium lineup, and that was Samsung Galaxy let me cut off Galaxy, Samsung S6, Samsung S6H, and Samsung S6H plus. So this is Samsung Galaxy S6H, and itu phone too, it comes with a Super AMOLED display, and it has been powered by Samsung Exynos 7420. And during that, like 2015, this phone was above all, and this was also like ekta dream phone takishi. And you know, the camera of this phone, it's this phone is a 2015 flagship phone, but as even now, this can beat most of the phones, like most of the Android phones in the market. So this is Samsung S6H, and this is also for sale if any one of you interested. Okay, coming to this, like same thing, like back in 2016, Samsung launched S7, S7H, and one was called S7 Active, but I don't think that S7 Active was launched in India. So this was super sexy, you can see. And in my hisab te to these things looks better than like ajikali la latest model hunter. For me, that this looks like more futuristic. So excuse me, Samsung S7H, it's powered by for the USA and India, it was powered by 8890 Samsung Exynos, and for China, it was powered by Snapdragon 820. So back in 2016, Samsung already reached Snapdragon 820. So that was way much ahead. So you can see the phone looks beshi sexy dikhiya na. So yeah, if you guys are interested, ये phone था क्या सब दिखाओ ले ले ऐसे. So this is Samsung Galaxy S7H, and I'll show you the camera once. See, this is the camera. So this is Samsung S7H, and this is Samsung S8. So this is 2016 flagship, this one is 2016 flagship, and this is 2017 flagship one. So you can see by the year 2017 Samsung has reached another level, and they have cut off the home button and they replaced with the navigation buttons. So okay, so by the year 2017 Samsung launched two premium flagship, and that is S8 and S8 Plus. And the one which I'm holding right now, this is Samsung S8, S8, and above this there was Samsung S8 Plus, and this one is powered by Snapdragon 835 chipset, and it comes with a Super AMOLED display, and like you know, the cameras and all, like this can beat most of the mid-range Android phones in the market these days. I think the lens is not that clean, so this is Samsung Samsung S8, and like so if anyone of you interested, all these phones are for sale. I'm repeating this again and again. Another year and another flagship phone. So by the year 2018 Samsung launched two flagship, that is Samsung S8 and S9 and S9 Plus. And the one which I have right now, this is S9, and S9, and the S9 Plus comes with a dual camera setup, and the both phones the both phone is powered by Snapdragon 845 SoC, 4 gigs of RAM, and the internal storage you used to get 128 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of RAM, and 64 gigs of RAM. And Samsung also come up with expandable storage that is up to 400 GB. So this phone, back in 2018, this was a kind of a dream phone, and they used to be a huge banner of a Samsung advertisement in Samsung, like in Dimapur Caramel Junction, and whenever I cross that, I used to look at that with a big open mouth. And this was a dream phone, and this phone was very, very tempting, but at that time the price was out of the league. So yeah, and this is Samsung S8, S9, and you can see the condition of the display. It used to flicker. It used to flick. See, it used to flick like anything, and sometimes the touch works, sometimes the touch doesn't respond. So if you have a Samsung, if you have a Samsung S8 and Abdullah motherboard Malaysia, or if you want to swap the parts, then you can contact with us. Details चलो ठीक है. So this is Samsung S10, and in the year 2019 Samsung launched three phones in their flagship lineup. There is S10e, S10 Plus, S10 and S10 Plus, and the one which I'm holding right now is S10 Plus, and you can see the camera, the front-facing camera, design. So you can just compare, this is S9 and this is S10. So they have already changed the camera setup into punch hole, and it's under display, but in a camera setup to Nokia already came up on its N8 series, that was back in 2010. So camera front facing camera to be the Apple or Samsung, Nokia was way ahead than Apple and Samsung. So yeah, coming to the processor, some country and some region they get Exynos, and some get Snapdragon. In the case of India, we got the Samsung S10 Plus, which is powered by Samsung Exynos 9820. Apart from S20 Ultra, things became a little bit complicated, Samsung S20, Samsung S20 5G, S20 Plus, such and such. So this one, the one which I'm holding right now, is S20 5G, and this is S20 5G. This Samsung S20 5G is powered by Snapdragon 865. So you can take the look. ito be bikawale lase. Even this is for sale if you are interested. So like I'm not like since the video will be too long, it will olop kata ro koi dia ase. And sometimes I do think like to review the phones and all, but time be nigh and it's not easy to review the phone. So I'm looking at, anyway, I'm looking for what to review like the phones. And after this I'll try to bring up the Apple lineup. And by the year by the year 20 and 21, Samsung came up with Samsung S21, Samsung S21 Plus, and Samsung S21 Ultra. So this one, the one I'm holding right now, I'll show you. This is S21 Plus, S21 Plus 5G, and Samsung came up with the two different kind of Samsung S21 series. So for the case of China, they got this Snapdragon processor, and for the case of India, this phone is powered by Samsung Exynos 2100 Exynos 2100 5nm. And the international unit, like I said, international unit, it was powered by the Snapdragon. So this is S21 5G. This is the Samsung S21 Ultra, and this phone is also this phone has completely changed the camera in a smartphone world. So this one like this Samsung S21 Ultra, this gave a tough competition to Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max. This is a Samsung flagship, Samsung premium flagship back in 2021, and Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max was the premium flagship from the Apple 2021. But Samsung S21 Ultra, it was a little bit the users and the fan base were it was a little bit kind of disappointment, because for the international unit, Samsung gave Snapdragon 888, but for the Indian unit, we get 2100 Exynos 2nm, 5nm. So it were all satisfied just because of the processor, because as we all know, Snapdragon is far more ahead and better than the Exynos. So this is Samsung S21 Ultra, and Kwanishna Idora, this phone has changed the camera setup in the smartphone world. But lastly, la zoom in moon la photo, which seems to be a fake. Anyway, let's go to the next one. And in the year 2022, Samsung came up with the three flagship lineup, that is S22, S22 Plus, and S22 Ultra. And I don't have S22 here with me. The one which I have, this is S22, and this is S22 Plus and S22 Ultra. And Samsung be why don't we shoot two birds with one stone? So they have they didn't officially announce that, but they kind of discontinued the Samsung Note series, and they have added the S Pen in S22 Ultra. And also back in 2021, they gave for the Indian unit S21 Ultra, it was powered by the Samsung Exynos chipset, and it was not a good response. So Samsung be okay, then why don't we just give the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 with the chipset of Adreno 730 GPU unit. And to talk about the specification of this phone, it's limitless, and the phone is quite good, and also the S Pen is on the plus point. But the thing is the phone is a little bit heavier and it's bigger. So it's a little bit big, and operate that is a little bit kind of. This is Samsung S22 Plus, same as the S22 Ultra. Even it's powered by Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, but Samsung didn't give the S Pen on it series. So if you guys are interested with any of these phones, all these are for sale, and we will be selling all these phones. So if you guys are interested, you can contact us on Instagram or in WhatsApp. And also thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next video.